You've been seeing all the empty shelves at the grocery stores and other stores and wondering, is it ever going to end? Well, here are some headlines from various places that tell you that no, it's probably not going to end for quite a while. So let's look at some of these. This is the Wall Street Journal. Farms are failing as fertilizer prices drive up cost of food. And this is from January 21st, 2022. That's today. And he says, from South America's avocado, corn, and coffee farms to Southeast Asia's plantations of coconut and oil palms, high fertilizer prices are weighing on farmers across the developing world. This means grocery bills could go up even more in 2022. And this person who comes from a long line of coffee growers in Brazil is paying 3 times what she paid last year for fertilizer. So you can bet coffee's going to go up at least 3 times if that's the case, if we even have any. The coffee beans won't develop as they should for lack of fertilizer. I would expect a shortage of coffee and really high prices for coffee coming up. Now, the next article, again, the Wall Street Journal, surging fertilizer costs push farmer to shift planting plans, raise prices. Higher prices for commodities like corn would further inflate prices of cereal, cooking oil, beef, and other meat. And you can see here, this is the price of fertilizer. Look at this jump. That's just an exponential jump. And that's for ammonia, which is a component of fertilizer as well as all of these others. But look at the jump from here all the way up to here, or even from here to here. Quite a big jump. And this is the economic collapse. Another major shortage alert. The Florida orange crop in 2022 will be the smallest since World War II. So that's interesting, and that's not because of fertilizer. That's because they have. That's because there's some kind of a citrus greening disease, and they're going to have less than half as many Florida oranges per person as they did in 1945. At a time when food supplies are getting very tight, we're being told that the orange harvest in Florida is going to be at a frighteningly low level. Orange juice is already ridiculously expensive. I can't even imagine what a much higher price for orange juice would look like. And I was at the store today and I didn't even look at the price of orange juice. Next time I'm there, I'm going to look. And here's another thing they're talking about. Meanwhile, nationwide shortages of cold medicine and cough syrup continue to intensify. I didn't know that either. So we have oranges and cold medicine. 2 years after the run on toilet paper, stores are now selling out of cold medicine. And this is from KRLD News Radio. And the economic collapse again. Experts are warning that empty shelves and food shortages are going to continue for many weeks to come. And again, this is January 17th, 2022. Today's the 21st. And NPR even did an article on it. And when we go mainstream, you know there's going to be problems. And this is what I wanted to tell you. We typically ship East Coast to West Coast. We used to do it for $7,000. Today it's between $18,000 and $22,000. That's almost 3 times as much. And that's one reason why we're going to have higher prices. NPR here, grocery store shortages are back. Here are some of the reasons, and I think we know most of the reasons here. The variant, the labor shortages, trucking and shipping, severe weather. We could add a lot more, no fertilizer, but that'll be showing up next year. U.S. grocery shortages deepen as pandemic drives supply. High demand for groceries combined with soaring freight costs and labor shortages are creating a new round of backlogs. Growers of perishable produce across the West Coast are paying nearly triple pre-pandemic trucking rates to ship things like lettuce and berries before they spoil. So if we could go back and look at 2019, what the cost of, say, lettuce and berries were, now it's going to be 3 times as much. And this one, I really love this one. North Korea is encouraging citizens to make manure from their own poop to counter a shortage of fertilizer from China. Okay, they're struggling to source enough fertilizer, so it's encouraged. State media is encouraging people to make their own manure. And if we go down here, citizens were told to produce a quota, so that means you have to do it, I imagine, of 150 kilograms of manure, while people working in state factories had to do 500 kilograms. Now, I have no idea how long it would take to make manure from your own poop, how you're going to do it, and how long it would take to make 500 kilograms. And to get people to do this, they've introduced a pass, which will only be given to people who achieve that quota of manure production. The pass lets people trade manure, the outlet said. In the end, the burden of gathering the fertilizer necessary for farming has all fallen on the shoulders of ordinary people. So maybe we should come up with a way how to make the fertilizer from manure and tell the people in the U.S. what to do. And here's from TV 10, global nitrogen fertilizer shortage causing farmer frenzy. And again, this is January 12th, 2022. We saw prices start going up and they just haven't stopped. It's been all winter long. We've watched them. Prices have doubled and even more than doubled in some places. This farmer last year was paying $600 a ton. Now it's at $1,520 per ton. That's about what, 2.5 times. They're now looking at some alternatives such as animal waste, but that's not user-friendly. Manure is harder to put in the ground and it's harder for the plants to absorb. Many farmers might switch from corn to soybeans. In turn, that means less corn to feed livestock, which means an increase in the price of meat. And it's also going to mean a decrease in the amount of meat that we have. And they're already trying to get rid of meat for us, so this will be just another way. Farmers will be applying this high-priced fertilizer this spring. So it has not affected grocery prices yet, but it will in the future. So you're going to add the shipping costs, the costs for fertilizer, and you're going to see massive inflation in food coming next year. And here's the crypto market. Organized fertilizer shortages, crop failures, and farming crisis stage of food shortage 2022 plan. What would you think if I told you that despite the increasing prices and empty shelves you're beginning to see in the stores, we are still not feeling the effects of the fertilizer shortage? These conditions will result in crop failures, a poor harvest, and a farming crisis in 2022. If circumstances continue on this track, unbelievably exorbitant prices and a famine that will go down in history await us. Let's hope it doesn't, but I tend to believe we are in big trouble here. And you should really mark it in the comments what you believe. Are we really in big trouble or not? In a situation where nitrogen fertilizer shortages occur, average corn yields for the U.S. are estimated to drop by 40%. It is in your hands to get ready while there's still some time left. Although many will complain about lack of budget for such preparations, they fail to realize or put in the effort to grow their own produce. For some, it only takes a small fraction of the budget they set aside for new furniture or vacations. Nice things won't save them when reality sets in. So I continue to warn you, be prepared. And I continue to warn you, be prepared. So those are all the things that are coming up for next year, and it all points to higher prices, more food shortages, empty shelves. So prepare as much as you can now. Please subscribe, like the video, and comment. Tell me what you think. Maybe I'm all wrong. Maybe we're not going to have any problems. Tell me. Let me know in the comments below. Check out this video that you see right now on how to prep on a budget. Just click on it and it'll take you right to it, or go to the link in the description below. Thanks again.